Okay, what's up everyone? It's Amira Crawford. Happy Thursday. We are almost there to the end of the week and I hope everyone has some fun weekend plans. And even if that fun means you're sleeping, reading a book and watching movies, that's right up my alley. So definitely enjoy that. I wanted to discuss a little bit more about your personal brand as I shared earlier this week. I think some people were confused and rightly so. So I'd like to dive a little bit deeper into that. It's really hard to identify our strengths and weaknesses. We know what we're good at. We have a sense of what we're not good at, but we don't really like to delve into that because it's just uncomfortable and it kind of forces you to have to look at yourself in maybe a more critical way, which is, within the right setting is very important. So when it comes to your personal brand, if you can't figure out what it is that you do really, really well, similar to what I said before in my last video, which is asking your colleagues and asking your friend, you can actually go online and print out a 360 review. And what you can do, what it does is it usually has a couple categories. It says things that you're good at, or people can make comments, things that you may need improvement on, or things that you don't do as well. But this is so important because you need to know what you do well, and you also need to know what you don't do well so you know where to grow. And if you're not comfortable with knowing who may have said this, maybe you take it to a family member, maybe you take it to a really good friend, tell them to be anonymous. Tell them to type it up. They don't have to write it so you know their handwriting, and just tell them to be honest and say, you know what, even if there's parts that I might not agree with, I think it's really important and I respect your advice and your opinion. So I really hope that you can help me out with this activity so that way I can learn more about myself and what I want to do in my next role. It's actually very, very interesting because I've done this a couple of times and almost verbatim, the information was the same. And the first words that came across for me personally was teacher, doer, collaborative, moves fast. And I do. That is one of the things that is a blessing and a curse for me. I don't like to wait on things. So if something needs to be done, I'm going to get it done. And that's where my brand Get Shit Done came from. I tend to work faster than other people because most of my roles have been remote. I am not the type of person who works and can watch the news or have something on in the background. I might have a little bit of music, but I am very heads down when I'm working on something, which is why I move fast. But I also have to understand for myself, and this is something I still struggle with, is that not everyone moves as fast as I do. So if we're all collaborating on a project, my part may be done and I may say, oh, hey, John, this is for you. And John's working on other things and it's not a priority for him. So for me as a professional and as someone who has been a people manager and a leader for quite some time now, I have to constantly check myself when things are going too fast. So I will do little things like make notes for myself saying patience, or I will walk away from my computer, take a little walk and say, just give some time. It's not that I'm ever upset about it. It's more about I just want to get it done and I want to get it done well. And to get it done well, I want to be able to review all of the work that everyone has put into it so that we can all critically look at it and say, is this what we want, to be our completed action, or do we want to work on it a little bit more? The other thing is it's really important for you to identify the things that you need to work on because you're going to be asked about it in interviews. And I have to say nothing is more cliche than saying I'm a perfectionist. Please, if you say that, please stop. Like everyone says that and it's actually not really a good word to use when you are interviewing because everyone wants to say they're a perfectionist in hopes that the company will take that as, oh, well then they're just going to do great work all the time because it has to be perfect. So it's really important when you do these 360 reviews to find out what it is that you're not good at. Maybe you could do better with time management. Maybe you need to do a head down block when it comes to your work so that you're not being interrupted all the time. I do that. I will block off my calendar. I will put there, ask before booking, and then I'll say the reason why, like working on X project, and that's it. And then I will turn do not disturb on, and that way I only get messages when it's actually really, really important. But you need to know what those weaknesses are because employers will appreciate that much more than you just saying that I'm a perfectionist. So I hope this helps. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all next week. Bye.